We continue this evening's press conference. We have head coach Pascal Jansen. If you have any questions, please raise your hand. We'll go with Mo.
Mo. The exchange. How did you feel about the whole game, the whole atmosphere, second game, first win?
Yeah, well, coming to Philly is always tough. Tough crowd, tough team, tough play style also from Philly. So you could see all our first 15 to 20 minutes was a huge fight to make sure that you get comfortable in the game. Once we got comfortable, that's when you see you can also run them down, create a few good chances also. Good goal we scored, but we knew we were going to have an even tougher second half because them chasing for an equalizer makes them even more dangerous because they become even more direct than they were in the first half. So my guys had to fight. Again, we could have killed the game with the biggest chance with Seymour. We didn't, and then obviously, the penalty was there, brought them back into the game. But to come back in Philly and win it like we did, that's a big, big compliment for this team.
I mean, you guys in Philly are a little bit similar in a way. You guys lost a lot of players, they lost a lot of players.
Yeah.
There wasn't really much additions from both teams.
Mm-hmm.
Can you speak a little bit about your squad depth and how you see you can play out the whole season?
As you know, we're still looking for a number 9, but we're only looking for the number 9 that can help us and be better than we are at the moment. So we have, of course, Nico playing as a 9.5 quite often. We have Thales who's getting back in shape, making sure that he becomes the best version of himself. And we have the kid, Seymour. And to be frank with you, at the moment I'm quite happy because it gives them chances. And we're looking for somebody that will be better than we already have in the dressing room. And that's going to be tough because we have good players.
Can you talk a little bit about the penalty against your team?
Which one? The first one or the second one? The second one. It's a tough call because, as I said, it's a very direct game. Play style of Philly demands a lot of attention from the referee as well. Make it very physical. I would rather flip it around to see what we had to do better in the future, and that is making sure that we stay on the 18-yard or further away from your goal, so you don't even get yourself into a situation where there might be a penalty situation or some doubt in a foul, because then whatever happens is always outside of the box.
Onto the Zoom, we'll go with Christian Arnold.
Hey, Coach. Christian Arnold with the New York Post.
Hi, Christian.
I know we talked about Keaton in the run-up to this game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious to kind of get your thoughts on how he looked tonight in his first full game, coming back this season, and then two, just his kind of importance, especially like we've always talked about, without a solid number 9 there and someone needing to be able to set up some of those opportunities like he is able to do.
Yeah. Well, the opportunities, like I explained to your colleagues here just now, do not only depend on a number 9. And I think the moments that we created in the first half especially, you could see also that we are perfectly fine without a number 9 because we created 3 very big moments in an away game against Philly. However, if you create 3, you have to make sure that you put in 2 or 3 in order to kill this game because it's very tough coming here and play Philly. So I'm perfectly comfortable with the options that we have now, and in our play style, I'm convinced that we will create enough moments to score goals. On Keats, as I said many times, very happy that he's healthy again, helping out the team. Today was his first start. You could see his legs are not there yet, but he needs game time in order to get closer to his best level. And I thought that today was a good day in order to have somebody with a little more height and also a little more creative mind closer to the attackers, which suits the profile of Keats perfectly. So I'm very happy he got a full game in the tank today.
Anthony Merced.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Just wanted to ask about Agustin Ojeda and how much he has grown under learning from you.
Mm-hmm.
He had the shot today, which was eventually rebounded in for a goal, and then that assist late in the game.
Yeah.
How much growth have you seen from him over the last year?
You can see that Agu is maturing as we were hoping for also. He plays more mature, more solid in possession, more threat also in the attacking part of the game. You can rely and trust him also when we're out of possession. And of course, he has special weapons. His pace is something that helps the team so much, getting in behind also. He's working very hard on his finishing. I wasn't happy with the first finish when it hit the post, but then again, the threat with the goal is also something that he created on that side. But it was the shot from Nico, and the rebound was there from Hannes. And that is something that we emphasize a lot in training also. Make sure that you follow up on these shots on goal, because they will give you at least 5 to 8 goals per season.
Jonathan?
Hey, Pascal, Jonathan Manaki, New York. Congratulations.
Hi, Jonathan. Thank you.
You characterized your performance as a fight earlier. I did want to ask, kind of what tweaks were you making throughout the match and throughout the second half when that pressure was coming on to make sure that you tried to keep the Union out?
Yeah, well, that's very simple. I trust my central defenders and the fullbacks to avoid getting the crosses in, even though you know that it's going to be very tough here in Philly because they are so direct. But we needed Thiago, we needed Raul to make these fights happen, and then it's about the second ball. We didn't always defend those moments well enough, but overall I'm pretty pleased. The fact that Aidan O'Neill was already on a yellow card was something that was tricky and kept me busy in my mind, because we know that he is very important for us in recovering and making sure that the second balls get down again and we start to play again. But then again, you saw the first half, there was a lot of transitional work also. So the tactical foul you sometimes have to make was a tricky one. And then when you see Kai Trewin come in and as calm and composed as he was when he came on pitch in a very hectic game, is a massive, massive compliment to the kid, because he hasn't been with us that long yet, but you can see he brings a lot of solidness and calmness into the team as well.
Michael?
Hey, Pascal, it's Mike Anderson from Blue City Radio.
Hi, Michael.
Okay, now, second week in a row you switched Hannes and Agu. Talk to us about, was that something that you made that decision because you saw the matchup, or is it something where you think Agu is feeling more comfortable on the left?
No, we don't look at the opponent. We just make our plan, but we know they're perfectly comfortable on both sides. And so when I saw the first part of the game, I thought the speed going in behind on our left side was something that we would benefit from even more, because we weren't sure who the fullbacks would be going into this game. But once I saw the game and saw the profiles of the fullbacks of the opponent, I thought we could get more from Agu's pace in behind and the 1v1s on the left side than expected on the right side.
Final one, Christian?
Good evening, Coach. Congratulations on the win, first of all.
Thank you, Christian.
The second goal will grab headlines, but the first goal, if we could just reflect on that for a second, what does that goal say about the principles and the identity that you're trying to instill in this team?
I think if you ask this question and you look at the goal, you see our identity perfectly. It's a lot of play, it's a lot of joy, there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of accuracy, and what we've emphasized in our principles is trying to get to these moments, but then making sure that we also finish with a shot on goal. And that was something that was that made the whole sequence complete. And even like I mentioned to your colleague just now, the rebound, following up on these shots and making sure that you're there to tap in. So I'm very pleased with the whole sequence and the whole build up to the goal. But also, like I said, the follow up was something that is just as important.
Thank you, everybody.